We set out from Manizales at 8 a.m., aiming to reach Los Nevados before the gates opened. With access capped to protect the fragile ecosystem, each group enters with a guide, not just for safety, but to tread with care. Whichever route you choose, a guide or organized tour is always required. The park entrance fee is 70,000 kop per person without a guide, while one-day organized trips, including entry, start at around 200,000 kop. After careful thought, we chose the Nevado del Ruiz entrance. The altitude peaks around 4,600 meters. You drive the route yourself and decide how much to walk at each stop. With children, it was the ideal way to explore. That first viewpoint was just a quick stop, no hike, just a peaceful glimpse. But even then, that little mossy waterfall had something special. One advantage of approaching from this side is the mix of hiking and driving. If someone starts feeling unwell, they can simply stay in the car. When you're traveling with kids, the chances of altitude sickness are pretty high. We parked and headed straight for the massive rocks. The closer we got, the clearer the lava's old path became. Not black like Iceland, but all shades of gray. Between dry grass, we spotted vivid green plants we hadn't seen anywhere else. Katya's headache was starting, but still mild. We had about 30 minutes to explore, with guides keeping watch, not just for our safety, but to protect the land. They made sure no one stepped on the rare plants or tried climbing up the slope of volcanic ash. As you can see, the landscape around us had changed completely. No greenery, no cacti, just volcanic ash as far as the eye could see. Misha and Andy explored the area and stumbled upon a rock that became our makeshift slide. After all that sitting, we let loose and had a bit of fun, exactly what we needed. When the time came, we got back into the cars and continued climbing higher. Our next stop, Valle Lunar, in English Lunar Valley, and honestly, it couldn't be more aptly named. What opened before us was raw and rugged. No greenery, no cacti, just stone fields. A gray-brown volcanic sand and mist that made it feel like another planet. Gray rocks, gray sand, even gray plants, as if the painter had run out of colors. The air here was noticeably thinner, the temperature just a few degrees above freezing, and the wind bit hard. This stretch is where altitude sickness often hits, and it did. 2 people in our group showed strong symptoms and were told to stay in the car. Katya's headache worsened, but she still managed a short walk. The entire Los Nevados area lies in a high-altitude zone over 4,000 meters above sea level. Preparation is essential. Altitude sickness can begin as low as 2,500 meters. So even a one-day visit demands solid physical and mental readiness. The mist clung to the rocks around us, but beyond its reach, the landscape stretched wide and wild. It was the kind of view that makes you forget how tired you are. From Valle Lunar, most tours push a little higher toward the last viewpoint below the Nevado del Ruiz crater. The summit's been off limits for years due to volcanic activity, and ours was no exception. Still, standing that close to a sleeping giant felt like brushing against the edge of something ancient and untamed. We all stepped out of the car, but within minutes, Katya was down exhausted, dizzy. She stayed behind with paracetamol, joining others already resting in nearby vehicles. One guide remained to watch over them while the rest of us pressed on. The colorful mosses and soft cushions of frail Jones recede, giving way to sharp stones, wind-sculpted blocks, and sandstone formations. Before us stretches the Valle de Las Tumbas, the Valley of Tombs in English, a name whose presence here is no accident. This part of Los Nevados National Park feels worlds apart from the rest of the trail. While other sections breathe with life, the Valle de las Tumbas is a quiet, raw place. Its landscape reminiscent of a lunar surface or an ancient burial ground. Rolling dunes of loose volcanic dust and scattered boulders are the only things you encounter. Locals say the valley's name comes from rocks shaped like ancient graves, or from legends of souls lost in the fog. We didn't have much time to admire the view. The fog thickened, and our guide began calling everyone to regroup. We had to move quickly toward the vehicles where a rescue truck was already waiting for us. It became clear why. Visibility dropped to almost nothing. The path ahead was barely discernible. The rescue vehicle escorted us to the second checkpoint. One last stop before leaving Los Nevados area, Cascada del Río Azufrado, where volcanic waters plunge into canyon depths with untamed force. I hope you liked this video, so don't forget to subscribe and ask any questions and comments. Also, visit our blog on crazyfamilyontheroad.com for even more useful tips and practical information. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.